Welcome to task number 1. In task 1, we're going to do an active online attack to crack a system's password using Responder. And like I talked about in the lecture, this is a part of LMNR and BTNS, link local multicast name resolution and NetBIOS name services. These help find resources. That's why in this lab later, we're going to try to find a resource, and Responder is going to take over from there. And the gray note says in this task, we're going to use Parrot Security. That's the 1.13 machine as the host. And we're going to be using the 1.11 machine, Windows 11, as the host machine, and the attacker machine is Parrot Security. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So anyway, let's get started. Let's go to Parrot Security. I'm going to click on it here. And then you'll notice I'm going to move my instruction screen to the next window. So here I am in Parrot Security. I'm going to type in Tor and log on into Parrot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Windows 11. And let's do a Control-Alt-Delete. This says this is in step number 2 of the lab. And we're going to type in the password. We're logging in. Oh, wait a minute. We need to make sure that there's an important thing there. They should put this in yellow here, but let's log in as Jason. Yes, with the password of QWERTY. So that's QWERTY, and hit enter. Yeah, don't forget to log in as Jason. I've had many people do this lab, and they are I get feedback during the class, and they're like, it's not working. It's not working the way I thought it would. It's like, oh, have you logged in as Jason? No, they logged in as admin, and so it doesn't work. So yeah, this scenario is set up to work under these circumstances. So there's a gray note in the instruction that says if a choose privacy settings for your device window appears, click next in the next window and click next in the next window. So here it is, choose privacy settings. So next and next and accept. There we go. And that's what that gray note was all about. Und we are here. All right, so now we go to step number 3, and we switch back to Parrot Security. And what we're going to do in Parrot Security is we're going to type in a simple command. So we're going to open this up, and we're going to type in sudo responder. And we're going to do -I in the gray note. It makes this clear that this is for interface. The interface we're going to run is Ethernet 0, ETH0. So a sudo responder I ETH0. And when we type in the password of Tor, there's a red note that says it won't show up, which is true. Now you can see at the very bottom, it's listening for events. And that is what we're looking for. So now we go over to step 5, and it's showing us. That's what, showing us that screen that we have right now. Now in step 6, we go to 11, Windows 11. And in Windows 11, it says to do start and click run. I rarely do start and run. In fact, is run even on here still? I don't see run on here. So what I normally do with stuff like this is I just type in, I just start typing. So whack. So / CEH-tools, like that, and hit enter. And there it is. So as you see, it says, and click OK, which is we see in step 7. And then it says to leave Windows 11. Now what it should say in this lab is you will get a credential error. This is normal. Say that because I get a lot of students who do this lab and they're like, well, I'm having an error. What's happening? It's not working. And I tell them, just go on. That's good. That's actually responding. So go on to the next task. So that's what we do. In step 8, we leave Windows 11 and go to Parrot Security. And what you'll see is, look at all that. It says poisoned answer. We poisoned it. Sent to Jason. And so if you look up here, scrolling with the scroll wheel of your mousy poo, you'll see that here it comes, way up here. And we're moving. Oh, here it is. All right, here we go. And there, that rat chair that is the hash we're looking for. So, so yeah, that's what it does. And also, just FYI, in a gray note for step 9, it says by default responder stores logs in the /usr/share/responder/log. So by default it does, but we're going to go around that and go to step 10 and step 11, where we're going to copy this. And if you look at your screenshot, let me try that one more time. If you look at your screenshot, we go from that 0 all the way to that link local IPv6 address, that FE80. We do a copy on that little guy right there. There's that little copy. And now it says in step 11, after doing the copy, we open up a terminal. We sudo it and type in the password Tor. And now what we're going to do is do a Pluma. And the Pluma, this is our editor, hash.txt. So we're doing hash.txt. We're going to open that up in Pluma. And as you can see here, I already opened this up. Maybe, yeah, there we go. So now I have the hash from JSON. There it is. So if you look at your screenshot, you'll see that it shows up, and it's a pretty big hash. So now what we want to do is we want to save this. Right, there we go. Save the hash. And once we save the hash, the next thing you want to do is close the window, as it says in step number 12. There it is. Window is now closed. And then what we do is we're going to attempt to crack the password for the logged in user, which is Jason, not admin, not admin. So in the terminal window, we're going to type in John hash.txt and hit enter. And what we see here is John the Ripper. It says that in the terminal window run John hash.txt to command, but it says here that the using default input encoding, no password hashes loaded. Okay, so we're gonna have to try that again real quick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hit a couple of arrows here, and let's go back to hash.txt. Maybe there's something wrong with this, and there's an edit that we need to do that it's not showing. In fact, if I look at the screenshot for number 12, they have these fields missing. So they don't have the FE80. They don't have the other designation. So let's get rid of all of that. There we go. So that is how it looks in the screen, although it doesn't say that in the instructions. So let's go ahead and save that. And let's hit up arrow here and try joining it. Ah, that's much better. So yeah, so apparently I thought that that should be edited. Normally, when I use John, what I do is I point it at that file location that we were talking about before, where all the stuff is already stored, rather than copying it because it's already in a file. And then I actually point it at the username and password files, rather than having it do it just completely automatically like this. But this is much faster and cleaner if we get the hash edited like it is in the window. So that's pretty good stuff. And so let's see, step number 15, cracks the hashes. You can see it got the QWERTY password right there. Step number 16, this concludes the demonstration of performing an active online attack to crack a password using Responder. Close all open windows and document the acquired information. And then, so let's do that. Closing active windows. Bye-bye window. And closing active window. There we go. Close terminal. And then we go back to Windows 11. And let's close that. Alert from from Responder. So it says click on 11 and switch to 11 machine. start icon, desktop, click user icon, and sign out of Jason's account. And the reason why this is important is because you don't want to accidentally be logged in as Jason when you should be admin. So that's good. All right. So there is one question to answer about this. Once you answer that question, then join me in task number 2.